All right, in the video today, we're going to be replacing my leaf springs on my trailer. There's a lot of different reasons why you need to replace them. Sagging, swaying, cracking leaves. And there's a couple more reasons why I'm replacing them. I'm going to show you that underneath my trailer right now. Another reason for replacing these springs is flattened arches. As you know, this should be like a semicircle, and this is literally almost flat. This one over here has got a slight bend in it, a little arch to it, but it's still pretty rusted over there. Another reason is rust. Now we're talking about rust. Look at this. It's just flaking off really bad. Right here, really, look at it. I can just peel it right off on my hand. Pretty rusted out right there too. All right, one thing you can do is take the boat off the trailer. It makes it much easier to get to everything underneath of there. You can't do it on the trailer, but we're gonna go ahead and take the boat off and we'll show you how to jack everything out and to make sure you get it properly set up before you start. Let's do it, here we go. All right, we do now have the boat off. Much easier to get everything now. We clean up the bottom in case we drop something, we can find it. As you can see, we got everything exposed now. This leaf spring was almost flat. Now it's up a little bit, but you can actually get an idea of how bad the rust is on it. Look at that. It looks pretty bad. It definitely needs them. We're going to have, you know, when you're dealing with this much rust, you're probably going to have some breakage. These bolts are so rusty, they might break. Might have to saw them off. I don't know. We're going to have to get started getting them off right now. All right, you want to get your trailer jacked up good with some good jacks here. We got a safety jack over here. The wheels are off the ground, so it's no pressure on the wheel or the leaf spring now. So when we unbolt it, it should drop right down. All right, Gene, let's get done bolting. All right, we're having to use a nice breaker bar to get this out. These things are tight. I'm surprised it didn't snap off, actually. But make sure you got a nice long bar that you can put on your wrench, because you're going to need it for sure. All right, ready to break the air impact out. Did it come out, Gene?
Not yet. It's almost come
almost out. With the air impact. Gene, these bolts are tight. We're having to use a little breaker bar on all of them. Even the impact is not getting them off. Whew. They're all tight. They're all rusted up pretty bad. They definitely need to change it, Gene. All right, we're getting closer all the time now. Here we go. All right, we got all the old bolts broke loose, and it was trouble. You don't have to break this bottom one off, because that's going to come off with that one. So once we pop that bolt out, that's all going to trash anyway, so that one doesn't have to go. We do have one bolt we can get out. We need to, once we get it down, we'll pull it over and cut it with the skill saw with a metal cutting blade. Next thing we do is drive these pins out. Gene, what do you think?
Let's get a hammer and a drift pin, knock them out.
All right, here we go. All right, we got all the old leaf springs out. You can see they're broken here. The piece like that over there is actually broken right here on this one, not holding it together. As you can see, the new one's got the new piece on it. It's held it solid in there. So we're going to go ahead and start putting the new ones on now. That's the hardest part, Gene. Hopefully it'll get easier from here.
It should be.
All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start by putting the bolts through these upper pieces first, like this was right here. We can do that outside here, much easier to do it here, and we can go ahead and do it. We do have some marine grade anti-seize we're going to be using, coating everything we got here to try to help prevent the rust. All right, here we go. Action.
Now we're going to go and set the leaf spring underneath the axle.
We got the two pieces we just did outside, so we're going to do that, okay? We'll set that underneath the axle. We got the axle actually up on some jack stands here. Get this underneath here and hook this front end up. Next, you know, hook that up first.
We're gonna hook this up
and then go to the front one.
And then go to the front one.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we have it completely installed now. We're doing the final tightening on the piece that actually bolts to the axles. Full bolts here. We didn't have a deep well socket, so we had to actually get a hand ratchet and wrench to finish tightening them up. These bolts on the edge here, this thing does sway, so we actually backed off just a little bit off these bolts. They're actually, what do you call them, Gene, when they self-tighten? What do you call those?
They're lock nuts.
Like a lock nut, but it's got like a dimple in it. I didn't know that, but Gene said that's what that dimple means, is it's actually a lock nut. So we backed it off just a little bit, because it was tight going on, just because this does have to spring just a little bit back and forth. So we got that. He's tightening up the final one there, and we got to come over here and tighten the final one up there, and we will be done, won't we, Gene?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, we're getting close now. And we are done. We will show you once the boat gets on here to make sure this leaf doesn't flatten out on us. We'll make sure that's still got a good spring to it. But it's all looking good, Gene. Gene, you did a great job, man. I appreciate it, man. Gene's my mechanic on the job, man.
Advisor.
He's a tech man.
Only because I'm the street rod guy.
You've done a few cars before, haven't you,
I
Gene? Just a couple?
Just a couple.
He's done some leaf springs on cars a lot. He's does the old cars a lot.
In the 30s.
In the 30s, so they're definitely old cars, Gene.
Definitely old ones.
All right, let's go pick the boat up. Check it out. All right, one more thing. The new leaf springs, for a lot of people, coat them with a lot of different things. Actually, if you look online, a lot of people use WD-40, marine grease. A lot of people paint them, powder coat them, all kind of stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to coat them with some of my NIC's marine compound. And I'm just going to kind of pull it, more or less put my hand all over all the pieces, just coat everything I can with that stuff, just to kind of give it a little protection against the salt water. It's going to get rust. You're not going to be able to stop it. But at least maybe it'll slow it down a little bit. But some people, Rust-Oleum, one guy said he mixed, I think it was Rust-Oleum and castor oil, and it leaves like a sticky substance. It doesn't totally dry, so give it about 8 hours, it'll still be tacky. But what that does, it holds it onto it real tight, so it doesn't wash off as easy as grease or something else would. Anyway, you might want to coat them, though, with something to kind of help prevent future rust. All right, we'll go pick the boat up now. Oh, we got a nice strong wind here. We got to get up here on this new trailer, leaf springs and all. So let's see if we can ease up in here while we're doing it one-handed. One hand on the camera, one hand on the wheel here. All right, looks like we're getting lined up pretty good here. She's going to line us up pretty good, so let's gun it up here now. Let's get it straight here. Whoa, hello, let's get it straight. All right, that's pretty straight right there. Getting close anyway. Not yet, dude. All right, we are on the trailer. All right, here we go. We're going up. All right, Gene, pull us forward. Hit the motor off. All right, here we go. We're going forward. All right, go ahead. We'll just get up here. Yeah, she's going to hold it right. Get up here. We got the weight on the trailer now. The trailer seems to be holding up pretty good. Feels nice and a little bouncy. Nice and smooth ride. All right. Perfect. All right, this is the first time they're both doing these new springs, and they got a nice smile to them, where the others were kind of flat. They got a nice little smile. And we are done. What do you think, Gene?
Good job, Steve.
I appreciate all the technical assistance that Gene gave me here on this job. He's, like I say, he does a lot of regular cars, but they're basically the same thing on it, Gene.
They are.
And I've never done one, so worked out great. It rode good. I think we're ready for the fishing, crabbing, and shrimping season coming up. Appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and what I got to do, Gene?
Subscribe to the Gigmaster.
And we'll see you tomorrow on another adventure. Stay tuned.